Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Patricia Namakula and I am a mother, I'm a Christian, I'm a mentor and a certified personal transformation and Christian life coach. And I'm very excited to be back here and starting on my series on leadership. I think leadership is a very important tenet in every society. The leaders of every community or society have the power and the potential to make it or to break it. So I'm excited to start this wonderful conversation where we are going to be looking at leadership, but at the basis of an individual. How do you nurture your skills to become a good leader, to become a leader that people aspire or look up to? A leader that people look up to or love to work with. So in this video I'll be sharing on tips or qualities of good leaders, and please feel free to share in your comments, engage and tell me what you think, if you agree or what has worked for you either at your place of work, at your church or in your communities. My dear viewers, you might be wondering what is leadership, and personally as a Christian I don't look at leadership as something that is meant for people at the top. A leader is not only a pastor, a leadership is not only an apostle, it's not the president, the members of parliament, but I believe that if you are a Christian like myself, wherever you find yourself, you are a leader. So for me, leadership is not for people at the top. Everyone, wherever you find yourself, wherever God has placed you, you are a leader. And it's amazing because when you ask yourself what's leadership, in simple terms, leadership is having influence. You have influence. And what is influence? Influence is you play a part on how people think and how they act. If you are a leader, people follow you. You say something and they buy in, they do it. So leadership is about influence and it's about having a following. And interestingly, we find ourselves in the social media era. With social media, it's like everyone is a leader. I mean, you have a Facebook account or profile, you have a LinkedIn profile, your WhatsApp, and every day you communicate your opinions and people view them. People will view statuses on WhatsApp, people will view posts on Facebook, on Twitter, they see these things, and trust me, whether you know it or you don't know it, you influence someone's opinion out there, and that's why it's important that even as we use social media, we have it at the back of our minds that we influence people, and then that should be a guiding principle that whatever we do on social media, whatever we share, opinions, that we have that at the back of our minds. Now that that's out of the way, let's look at the features of good leaders. Let's try to look at what good leaders do, and who they are. And this will guide us on how we can build our leadership skills. First and foremost, good leaders maintain personal integrity. They maintain personal integrity. And if you ask me, what is integrity? Integrity to me is wholeness. It's being totally and completely sound. Sound in your actions and sound in your opinions. To have personal integrity, it means that you are upright, you are sincere, you are loyal, and you have a pure heart. Do you wonder why most of us don't trust our leaders? The reason is simple. It's because most leaders have shattered their personal integrity by lies and deceptions. And in this case, I talk about the political leaders mainly. You realize that, for instance, during campaigns, when they are campaigning for a certain position, they make promises, because they want people to vote them into power. But the moment they are in there, then they don't fulfill their promises, you know. And this explains why many people have a negative attitude towards leaders, because their personal integrity has been tainted. It's really important that we have good values, and that these values guide, you know, they guide our decisions, you know, and that we stick to them. We don't change like the weather, you know, or when circumstances are favorable, but that we stick to them. The other aspect of good leadership is having a conviction. And what is a conviction? If you really consider yourself to be a leader, then you must have a conviction. Because a leader without a conviction is a lifeless personality. People who have convictions rule the world. So are you a leader? Then decide to be a woman or a man of conviction. And conviction is having a strong sense or belief in something, you know, something that you can defend, even if it means laying down your life, you know, that you believe in that thing, you know, you believe in it so much, you are even willing to go an extra mile to defend it. So as an individual, have a conviction about the things God has called you to do, or have a conviction about the things that you want to fulfill in your lifetime. Be ready to live by these convictions and be prepared, you know, to give up anything so that you can fulfill your conviction. Another aspect of great leaders is that they help people around them to achieve great things for themselves. So, are you a leader, or has God called you to be a leader? Do not see it as just you accomplishing great things for yourself. Rather, see it as you helping others to accomplish great things for God and for themselves. That is a true leader's heart. The Bible teaches us that the heart is a footing for all things that people do. And that's why in Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23, the Bible says that keep thy heart with all diligence, from out of it are the issues of life. So as a leader, you are meant to have a pure heart, you know. You are meant to have a pure heart, because when you see people that are gifted, you know, perhaps this gift they carry you do not have, then how do you speak to them? You are supposed to nurture their gift. You are supposed to encourage them so that they can nurture that gift, you know, and serve with it for the glory and honor of God. You might be wondering, as a leader, how do I help those around me accomplish great things? You can help them around the following areas. You can help them to grow spiritually, and growing spiritually implies them building their relationship with God. You can help them to grow financially, and this is advising them on ways that they can improve their lives. Yes, guide them on how to make the right investments. Do they even keep a budget? You know, how is their spending? Are they development oriented, or they just, you know, just like spending money? But then it's tricky, because if you are to guide people in these areas, you yourself, you should be doing well as a leader, you know. Otherwise, it becomes like an issue of a blind leading a blind, you know. So by the time you advise someone on spiritual growth, ensure that you've walked that journey, that you've built your relationship, your personal relationship with God. By the time you are to advise someone on financial growth, ensure that you are doing well personally in terms of finances. And that way, people will look up to you. That way, as a leader, you'll be able to set a good example for the rest to follow. The other aspect of good leadership is that good leaders always strive for excellence. By definition, excellence is the attainment of the highest level of quality and perfection. Being excellent means becoming a person of distinction. A true leader is someone who wants to distinguish themselves in their field. So whichever field you're in, if you really want to climb to the top, then you should always strive for excellence. Since excellence is not achieved by osmosis, it means that it requires a lot of hard work and you need to be intentional. I'll give an example of Lionel Messi. From a very young age, he was gifted, but he had to churn his craft. Like he had to work hard, to train, and that explains why he has been the greatest of all times over the years, Like he has kept himself at the top. So if you want to be a leader in whichever place you find yourself in, you've got to put in the work. You've got to put in the work. And the other way you can build excellency is by emulating those that have gone ahead of you, Have a mentor, have people that you look up to and study them. Some people have written very nice books, so grab a book and read. And trust me, if you follow through the advice that they give, then you can become an excellent person wherever you find yourself. With those few tips on building leadership skills, I'll stop here today and I'll continue the discussion in part 2 on leadership. And thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and catch you next time. God bless you. Bye.